Mr. Casmark, can you call a meeting to order, please?
Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for October 21st, 2010 to order. On roll call, Council members Catamagna.
Here.
Stiglia.
Here.
Trowinski.
Here.
Bonsino.
Here.
Work.
Here.
Conboy.
Here.
Mayor Moeller.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Will everyone here please rise for our prayer and flag salute? O God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting, which we trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts, and implant therein a keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whereas Chapter 231 of Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires the commencement of each meeting a statement by the presiding officer. Now therefore be advised the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by posting an annual notice in the Record in the Hackensack and the Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk as well as in the public place within the municipal building. Said notices were posted on January 1, 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, I'll repeat it at the end of the council meeting. The cable meetings have been changed. The viewing of this council meeting Thursday at 5 p.m. and Friday at 11 a.m. If you're not watching it on cable, you can watch it on our website, www.elmwoodparknj.us. We don't change the dates to view this on cable. The cable company sends us the dates they submit to us. We apply. This change is only one day, but in the past we've had as many as 2, maybe a complete change of 3 days. So it's not our decision as to when it's shown. It's cable. I've been trying to figure it out for the last 3 or 4 years. I don't know why they do it, but they have a good reason. Mr. Clerk, will you please read the...
Under the approval of minutes this evening, Mayor, we have a budget work meeting of October 7th, 2010, and executive session of October 14th, 2010.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Conboy, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Castillo. Any discussion?
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
I think there's a typo in here, Mr. Casmark, on my committee report. On the talks about, we discussed about the freeholders, BCUA issues. It was BCIA issues. Last page, second to last page.
So noted.
It's about the 4th line down.
Yep. BCIA.
Yeah, Bergen County Improvement Authority.
I don't think we need another resolution to do that. Just make that
just a
correction.
typo. That's all.
On roll call, Council members Catamagna.
Yes, except October 7th, I wasn't here, so I'm staying for that. The rest will be okay.
Castiglia.
Yes.
Trowinski.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, tonight under ordinances, we have on second reading Resolution 270-10, introduced ordinance 10-18, second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend Section 3 of the Bond Ordinance, ordinance number 06-27, entitled a bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $340,000 for the 2006 road program in, by, and for the Borough of Elmwood, and ordering the issuance of $323,000 in bonds or notes of the Borough for financing part of the appropriation adopted on July 20th, 2006, And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, October 7th, 2010, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend Section 3 of the Bond Ordinance, Ordinance 6-27, entitled a Bond Ordinance in by and for the Borough of New Jersey and authorizing the issuance of $323,000 in bonds or notes of the borough for the financing part of the appropriation adopted on July 20th, 2006, pass on final.
Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard? If not, may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Mr. Conboy,
Second.
Mr. Work, any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call to adopt, Councilmember Catamagna?
Yes.
Castiglia?
Yes.
Chawinski?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, tonight under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 271-10, payment of bills, Resolution 272-10, confirmation of checks, Resolution 273-10, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 274-10, redeem third-party tax lien for AMCO, Resolution 275-10, redeem third-party tax lien for PAM investors, Resolution 276-10, appoint volunteer firefighter in company number 1, Robert Bruce. Resolution 277-10, approve curfew for Mischief Night and Halloween. Resolution 278-10, release irrevocable letter of credit for Bowler Engineering. That's relative to the TD Bank North construction. Resolution 279-10, authorize correction of assessment list in the 2009 tax duplicate.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Chawinski, second by Mr. Castiglia. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia.
Yes.
Chawinski.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under resolutions, we have Resolution 280-10, whereas the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, recognize the need to appoint a real estate appraiser to conduct the necessary appraisal of the Parkview Cooperative Apartments and the Elmwood Cooperative Apartments within the Borough of Elmwood Park. And whereas the Mayor and Council are currently involved in a tax appeal matter regarding said properties, and whereas the Borough of Elmwood Park desires to retain the firm of McNerney and Associates, Inc., to complete an appraisal for the defense of the 2009 and 2010 tax appeals of said properties. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, do hereby secure the services of McNerney and Associates, Inc., of 266 Harristown Road, P.O. Box 67, Glen Rock, New Jersey, to provide appraisal services to the borough on the aforesaid properties not to exceed $5,000 for preparing the requested appraisal efforts and at a rate of $100 per hour for any required court and conference time.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Chawinski, Mr. Conboy. Discussion? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not affiliated at all with the county executive McNerney. No relation, no relative, nothing of that nature. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia.
Yes.
Chawinski.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 281-10, be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following change order number 3 and final is hereby approved. Contractor is Underground Utilities Corp., 711 Commerce Road, Linden, New Jersey. Contract number EP 1100UU. Project Sanitary Sewer Extension Pump Station number 5. Original contract bid price $2,344,450. Total of previous change orders $70,176.98. Total for this change order, number 3, and final, a reduction of $51,877.93. Total contract cost, including change orders, $2,362,749.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Conboy, second.
Second.
Mr. Castiglia, discussion? Call the roll.
On roll call, council members Catamagna.
Yes.
Castiglia.
Yes.
Chawinski.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution 282-10, Whereas the attached Bergen County Open Space Trust Fund application in the amount of $477,900 to be used for the Memorial Athletic Co-Curricular Rehabilitation Phase 1 of the Elmwood Park Public Schools in the Borough of Elmwood Park. And whereas pursuant to the State Interlocal Services Act, such funds may not be spent in any way without authorization of the municipal governing body. And whereas the aforesaid project is in the best interest of the people of the Borough of Elmwood Park and improves the quality of life for the residents. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, do hereby confirm the endorsement of the aforesaid project. And be it further resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, encourages the Board Secretary to submit the attached grant application to the Bergen County Division of Community Development for funding under the Open Space Trust Fund. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be sent to the Director of the Bergen County Division of Community Development so that implementation of the aforesaid project application may be submitted.
Motion, please.
Mayor, if I may, I'd like to table this for further discussion.
Second?
I'll second.
Motion to table?
Yes. Call the roll, please. There's no discussion, call the roll.
Is there any reason to table this?
Motion to table, yes.
Is there a reason to, no?
Can I answer?
There's no discussion, he
No
wants to
discussion?
table it.
Okay.
On a motion to table, roll call. Council members Catamagna?
Yes.
Castiglia?
Yes.
Sherwinski?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Work?
Yes.
Conboy?
Yes.
Motion to table.
If I may, we tabled the motion, rather than vote no on this motion, because the borough is not opposed to the Board of Education applying for open space money, but I have a copy of a letter that was sent to Mr. Moffett from the Board of the Administrator for the Board of Education. I am hereby in receipt of the above reference application for 2010 funding round of the Trust Fund's municipal program. This application is ineligible. So we tabled it, but it's actually ineligible as submitted because it exceeds the total amount of funding available in the central subregion of the trust fund. The total amount of funding available with the subregion in 2010 is only $329,669. The central region in which we are located in only has $329,669. So the application was for $477,000. There's only $329,000 in the fund. The application was for $477,000. So it's gone. They can't do it. It's ineligible. It's been tabled, and if it's not brought up again, and it shouldn't be brought up again because they're telling us they don't have the money.
Can I say something, Mayor?
Yes.
If they come back with a more reasonable amount that the county might look at, because right now, they're not going to even look at this $477,000. There's 300 some odd thousand going to be divided into how many towns is that in that region?
There are about 10 towns in our region, and
So,
then there are six
What
regions.
I think is going to happen, they look at a number like this, like they say it's ineligible, they're not going to even give it a shot, say, we'll give you 10. But if some towns apply for $20,000 or $25,000 grants, they'll be more susceptible to look at those applications because they know that they're in line with what they can afford to divvy up amongst the towns. So that's why I'd rather go back to the drawing board, and maybe we could talk to the school board through our liaison, Frank, here, to see what they want to do. But by the way, Frank, will you go to the school board meetings, right?
Last meeting I missed, Richard.
Or when they brought,
General.
how about when they brought up about this grant, if you were aware, to tell them that there was only X amount of dollars in that fund?
I was not aware of that.
No.
And is time at the essence of this? Do they have time
What?
to reapply?
Yeah, sure, it's not going
They
anywhere.
have to, the school board has to reapply to the open space. If the open space committee says, send me something, the open space committee has the option of saying, this is ineligible, that's it.
Yeah, you already said it's
They
in
they're
it.
still on time, right, to apply?
It depends on how much money the other towns put in. We put in for $25,000,
Right.
that's all.
That's what you
If
can
other
get.
towns put in for 25, and there's still money left in there, they may say to the school board, give me a lower number and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but I don't want to be in a position where we submit $477,000, they don't even look at it.
Yeah.
They're not looking at it.
Right now, they're not, yeah, but then,
It's ineligible and was sent to,
all right, Mayor,
at your earliest convenience, please contact me, and that's Mr. Moffett.
okay.
When I say me, it's Robert Abbott Tomarco who's in charge of
Maybe we
that.
could,
Okay?
all right.
Thank you.
Mayor, this
Oh,
evening,
just one other thing. Mr. Kazmark, maybe at some point in time, it doesn't have to be soon, a letter to Mr. Moffett just indicating, please contact your office for next year, and we'll let them know how much money is available to the towns, and then they can
Well, you
work
gotta
it
put
out.
like, you have to put in a respectable grant within line.
Yeah.
You don't want them to laugh at us, you know, that's what I'm saying. I have nothing against the grant money, I know what's gonna happen with that size of a grant when there's only not even close to that amount of money in there. They're not gonna even look at it.
Okay, I think the most that Elmwood Park has ever applied for was $50,000, and I don't think, going to those meetings over the years, I don't think I've ever seen one for $477,000, but I may be wrong. Continue, Mr. Kazmark.
Mayor, this evening under departmental reports, we have the report from the Elmwood Park Police Department.
Motion to receive and file?
So moved.
Mr. Vocino and Mr. Chewinski, all in favor, opposed, so ordered. Applications, American Legion Post 147, bingo and instant raffle, motion to
So
approve.
moved.
Mr. Chewinski, second.
Second.
Mr. Costello, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so ordered.
Aye.
Committee reports. Mr. Work, you want to go first, or?
I'll start off, okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Once again, the Elmwood Park Health Department is continuing to offer the free clinics to the residents of Elmwood Park, and these clinics are the Adult Consultation Clinic and the Child Health Clinic. The Adult Consultation Clinic includes consultation with a registered nurse from Hackensack Hospital. It's free blood pressure screening, and they'll go over your confidential health information. And this is available for adults from 18 years up to 64 years old. No appointment is required. Walk-in residents are welcome, and, the 18 years and, into senior citizens, I'm sorry, yeah. And then no appointment is required. Walk-in residents are welcome, and the next adult consultation clinic will be held on November 16th, Tuesday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the clinic room in Municipal Building. The Child Health Clinic includes free immunizations for infants up to 18 years old. A pediatrician and registered nurse are on site. This clinic is for well children without health insurance coverage and those not enrolled in the New Jersey Family Care Plan. This clinic is by appointment only. Please call the Elmwood Park Board of Health at phone number area code 201-996-2038 to set up your appointment. And the next child health care clinic will be held on November 1st from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. and November 4th from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. And once again, the Elmwood Park Health Department has been enrolled as a provider of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act program, which offers 6 vaccines for any citizen of New Jersey, regardless if they're covered by insurance or not. The Elmwood Park Health Department is offering these vaccines at no charge to all local residents. We still currently have 4 vaccines available. The other two still have not come in. The 4 vaccines that are available are the Pneumovax, the vaccine used for pneumonia prevention, and they also have, a flyer for this. The Gardasil, which is the vaccine used to prevent HPV, Menactra, the vaccine used for prevention of meningitis, and Adacel, which is the prevention for tetanus, diphtheria, and whooping cough. And these clinics, these vaccines will be available during these adult consultation child health clinics. And once again, you call Debbie Ritchie at area code 201-796-1072 for further information about the scheduling for appointment. Once again, the flu season is upon us. The Elmwood Park will be again offering flu shots starting in November. The next date for the seasonal flu clinic is November 19th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. The flu shots will be given at the Elmwood Park Municipal Building. And once again, unlike last year, there is plenty of flu vaccines available for the flu shots. This year, the flu shot's a little bit different than last year, the traditional flu shot, because one shot will protect you from swine flu and 2 other types of influenza, rather than a separate vaccine for the H1N1. So this flu shot protects you from the H1N1, H3N2, and influenza. And for the first time, they are recommending this for people over 65 years and older. And the charge for this is $25 for participants from 18 to 64 years of age. And for participants 65 years of age or older will be free with proof of Medicare B coverage. So anybody over 65, please bring your card along with you. And just to let you know, this charge is a little bit less than what Walgreens is offering. They're charging you $29.99. So you can save $5 here, or $4.99. The Elmwood Park is also holding a CMAQ blood testing clinic on November 19th from 7 a.m. Let me see. November 9th from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Municipal Building. Pre-registration is required. Once again, please call the Elmwood Park Board of Health to make an appointment. And this includes a comprehensive metabolic profile that includes your testing your cholesterol, HDL, LDL, your triglycerides, also your blood glucose. And finally, the last thing I want to mention, the Elm Park Athletic Hall of Fame celebrated its 20th annual induction dinner and reunion last night. It was held at the Browns Dinner. It was a tremendous success. Over 200 people attended, including 50 past inductees. It's a pleasure. I didn't graduate from Elm Park High School, but it's nice to see all these guys get back. It's like a reunion time for these guys. And here's some tremendous stories about Elmwood Park and East Patterson. I mean, it's really, these guys are all class acts. I mean, fantastic athletes, fantastic citizens, and it was unbelievable. Just to let you know, besides the 50 inductees, we also had the coaching staff of the #1 rated high school football team in attendance, as one of the inductees was the assistant coach of Don Bosco. So we had our whole coaching staff there. It was pretty impressive. And they did induct 5 more outstanding former athletes, coaches, and contributors for their outstanding accomplishments in Elmwood Park. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Work. The person he's talking about is Billy Lopez,
Yes.
who is a tremendous athlete here in East Patterson and is now working with the best team in New Jersey. So I wish everybody watching this on TV pay attention to what Mr. Work has Councilman Work has indicated. We have a lot of programs with our Board of Health, and it's available at minimal cost, if at any cost. So please, if you miss some of his report, contact the Board of Health, find out what's there. I've already received my flu shot, and I didn't get the flu. I asked them to use a pointed needle this time. They used a square one last time. It hurt a little bit, the square, but this one I didn't even know it. They were talking to me, and then they said, go. I didn't know they gave me a needle. But thank you, Mr. Work. I think it's a good report that we keep emphasizing we do have those vaccines, and people should make use of them. Mr. Conboy?
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of notes on the financial front. On behalf of the Finance Committee, just like to share a few things here. Checking in, speaking with our CFO, Mr. Roy Rigatano. We have been, as we all know, we're working hard to get under the 2% hard cap set by the state for this upcoming year. And we have certainly talked about it quite a bit here over the last several months. We are currently, Mr. Rigatano, in contact with him. We're checking in with him weekly. We are trying right now to find out any information that is going to be coming out from Trenton regarding any grants, as we all try to fight to get under this 2% cap. So we'd like to make sure that we can get our name in at the top of the list in any of those grants if they should come out, if there are going to be any available. Also, I've asked on behalf of this Finance Committee, I've also asked Mr. Rigatano to also inform us, keep us up to date on any of the income reports. We do see some of the departments, but I've asked him to streamline it a little bit so that we can be readily prepared to approach any issues that may be coming up that we may not be aware of. And he's also going to be increasing his meetings with the department heads, ones he already has now, to make sure he oversees any of the spending where we may be already tight as we're into this budget. So, and where we can save as well. So, just because you get it doesn't mean you get to spend it either. Once the budget's approved. So, quite a few big things on the recreational front. I'm very happy to report that a number of things that have been in the works for a number of years are now finally coming to completion. As you all know, Councilman Vancino worked very hard with Mayor and Council on a lighting program The gymnasium, all the lighting now is in there, and it's all working very nice. At the last recreation meeting, there was a recap on what's happening with all of our parks. All of our parks, if you've been out there visiting, as I've been promoting them, all of our parks now have received either new benches, new swings, either new jungle gyms, new rock walls, and all that is still ongoing. I have some pictures to show in a second. But regarding English Avenue, for a long time, even prior to me being on council, and some of us as well, there was always talk about making a nice soccer field down there and making some better use of English Avenue. You may have also heard in the past of a $1 million plus $2 million project. That, of course, is nowhere near what we should be doing. But English Avenue is going to get finally some of its touch-ups. We are going into, for next year, as the mayor mentioned, being smart with some of our approaches with the open space. We are getting a lot of our programs approved, and English Avenue will get graded, which will enhance the softball field as well. A lot of our lady softball teams play down there. Our young girls do in the Girls Softball League. That will be nicely graded, as well as now a new soccer field to make it more usable. It'll be turned the other way. It'll be graded nice, and a very nice new playground structure will be installed, and that work will start hopefully in the early spring, not to hamper any of the seasons that might be involved. I'd also like to share a couple other items regarding recreation. It might be tough to see these, but we're going to try anyway. If anyone was around the Elmwood Drive Park today, I stopped there this morning. They completed this work. We put in there a whole new jungle gym and a few other a rock wall and some other items. Today when I left there this morning, they were just about complete. And it looks very nice. I know these little small fold, that's good. So that's being done, and that's completed today. Also, over at Borough Field, another nice new structure will be in the process of being installed. They've already cleared out the previous structure that was there. Another nice new structure is going in, and with a nice soft cushion bottom for the children as well. And that's another nice new structure to enhance that area as the flow of children has increased. A couple of little things, folks. Please don't forget, wrestling is still ongoing registration. We have a phenomenal junior wrestling program. These young athletes compete every year, and they do very well, so please get involved in wrestling. It's a great program. The parents do an awesome job. Just another few other reminders. The Harvest Dance for our 50 and over the registration for this is going very well. Of course, the music by Peter Lieberman, who's a real favorite with the 50 and over crowd. Right now, as of yesterday, there was over 150 people already signed up to attend. Should be a nice evening. We're going to remind the children, again, we're going to be having our annual, on Friday, October 29th, the annual Halloween dance for grades K to 5. It's a great night out. Don't forget about that. Our indoor soccer clinic is just getting ready to get underway. This is a phenomenal program for our future kickers in all of our soccer programs. It's a nice little program they do for our young groups, so please look into that. Basketball registration is still ongoing. Please, folks, want to make sure your children get involved in that and get on with be part of our program for basketball. And finally, Mayor, I'd just like to congratulate the entire Mola family on their arrival of their your new grandchild. You're a future Hall of Fame baseball player that you always wanted. Now you're not alone.
I appreciate that, thank you. I was holding the young man a day after he was born, and I have to say, he was moving his right arm like he was ready to throw the pitch. So he's a righty, I can tell already, and he has nice fingers for the curveball. He's going to be good. What can I say?
I don't think he checked his legs. I heard there was a good soccer player he's going to be.
He can play both sports. Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Boncino.
Yes, Mayor. In 2009, there were 149 alcohol-related fatalities in the state. That accounted for 25% of motor vehicle deaths in New Jersey. The Division of Highway Safety, together with law enforcement agencies around the state, they recognized this problem and participated in a national over-the-limit, under-arrest, impaired driving crackdown in a 2-week period from August 20th through Labor Day weekend. And during that period, statewide, over 1,700 DWI arrests were made, and over 10,000 summonses and 6,000 summonses for speeding and seatbelt violations were issued respectively. About 85% of the state's law enforcement agencies participated in the program, and of those agencies, 12 agencies made at least 15 DWI arrests in that 2-week period. And I'm happy to report our Elmwood Park Police Department was 7th in the state with 22 DWI arrests. And actually, when you look at the data, 1 through 5 were the state police agencies throughout the state. So if I take those as a composite, we were probably 3rd in DWI arrests over that 2-week period. And additionally, they issued over 200 seatbelt and speeding summonses over that 2-week period. So I would just like to thank Chief Ingrassalino and our Elmwood Park Police Department on an excellent job supporting this program. It's important. It's important to keep these alcohol-related incidents under check. And I guess over the last couple of weeks, Councilman Work and Councilman Conboy have had these flyers that they've held up. So I graciously asked the ambulance corps to give me one for their haunted house on October 30th and 31st. I'd like all the residents to come out and support the ambulance corps. It'll be October 30th and 31st, 7 to 9 p.m. Lots of animated props and deadly creatures. Free to all who dare to enter, and treats for all those who make it out. They'll be waiting. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
I don't know if you read that.
Mr. Catamani.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. Well, today is Drug Awareness Day at the high school. And they had a speaker there, was a motivational speaker. The name is Kevin Wanser. And the truth is, I wasn't able to attend his speech, but I understand it was very funny, very entertaining. The kids learn a lot. And on Tuesday, with Councilman Truinsky and Councilman Work, we had a meeting with the Rochelle Park to the, what do you call it, shared services. And I noticed that Rochelle Park, the fees are very high. And we were able to really, because I understand, in order to share services, we must charge the same amount of money. And I saw some things, they charge for one fee $525, and we only charge $50. And there's a lot, really, we learned a lot because we were able to reduce those prices down, because really, if we charge the amount they charge, we got a problem, And I think we did a good job over there,
Yeah, we'll see what the council wants.
Very hard,
We'll
and I
bring it to the
guess
work meeting.
maybe elaborate a little bit more than me.
Yeah.
And also, one more time, congratulations to you, Mayor. And I understand this child finally is going to make you retire. Before I forget, Mr. Kazmark, I also like to congratulate you. I read the article, and excellent. I'm very proud that the Democrats brought you to Elmwood Park.
Thank you, sir.
Can say nothing against it, eh?
Oh, we did.
The rest, I guess, will be progress for the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Catamani. I'll think about your suggestion, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I know you.
Mr. Chewinski?
Yes, a short note on that Rochelle Park fees. Some of our fees were higher than theirs too. We balanced them out, basically.
Very, very
Some were up, they had some, and some fees don't even apply to some of the things. But we'll bring it to the council next week. I attended the JIF meeting on Wednesday. This past month, there was a higher amount of claims than they ever had. I mean, some really strange ones. I really can't tell you what the claims are, but the committee looked at them. But in the near future, if this keeps persisting, they're going to have to raise insurance. And what they're talking about now is a surcharge based on your lost time accident frequencies.
Is that Elmwood Park's rate or everybody's?
Everybody's. But what happens is if they base it on this surcharge, we're in pretty good shape because our rate's been continually going down. Our accident frequency, which is the amount of accidents we have per month, compared to most of the other towns, has been dwindling. So
Yeah,
we're in pretty good shape. I think we're in the top 4 there. On another note, the fire department received a 9/11 memorial steel from the 9/11 structure. They have, I understand it's a piece of steel beam, has some concrete hanging off of it. They're looking for donations first before they come to the town, because they're planning to do a memorial, I think by the Firemen's Memorial over there, and set up something with some granite and something that can anchor it where nobody can take it. So they're really hyped up about it, and they have a lot of respect for it. And also, at Kmart on the 23rd of October, there's going to be a rescue show with the police, the fire, the ambulance, and such. There'll be hot dogs and popcorn and all that, and it'll be open to the public
Where is that?
at the Kmart parking lot. And one more thing, if you've been in the building department lately with the shared service, everybody was worried that it wasn't coming along. All permits are caught up, like I said last meeting, and we've even getting some letters of commendation from people who are very happy at this point. Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Castiglia?
Yes, Mayor. Last again.
Yep.
Normal. You have to forgive my throat and the candy, because that's supposed to be helping the throat. I got the flu shot 3 weeks ago, so the doctor says it's allergies. Congratulations to the mayor on his birth of his grandson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Also, congratulations to Keith. He's been a registered municipal clerk. Now he's a certified municipal clerk. I think it's a step up. I think there's only one more step, and that's master's, right?
Yes,
So there he is. Congratulations, Keith.
thank you.
On the road paving program, it's finished in town now for 2010. It's finished. I named all the streets a couple of times already, but if you ride around town, you'll see the ones that are done. There's really some improvements, especially to some intersections. We had 2 projects that we're getting a lot of good comments on. That's the parking lot right behind the building, and also over on Mulner Drive. That was something that needed repair for a long time, and it really looks good now. Scott Cars, the superintendent of the DPW, and myself, we're headed now to Cherry Hill, New Jersey tomorrow. We're going to be taking a class in urban forestry. That's a fancy way of saying planting trees. I think that's what it is. We complete that class, and then we'll remain qualified for the forestry grant from the state for the next 3 years anyway. The grant is issued, to help you plant and maintain trees in your community. Maybe we'll learn something. We'll see. We'll be down there tomorrow. Also, as councilman, the last 3 years, I've been the chairperson for the DPW and a representative to the planning board, borough planning. Also, my third designation is liaison. Liaison? I had French in high school. I couldn't do it. I don't even know why I took it. Liaison to the Veterans Alliance, and I very rarely mention anything about the VFW or the American Legion. I am a member of the American Legion, and if Willie Mulligan's watching, he keeps asking me to go down and join the VFW, so I'll probably be down there soon. I have a few reminders involving the American Legion. They serve a breakfast over at Legion Hall. It's the third Sunday of every month. Runs from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pancakes, home fries, sausage, eggs. Your beverages are included. It's $4.
Wow.
Now, you can't beat that. So, we missed it already. It was last Sunday, so the next one is the third Sunday of next month. So I know I'm going to get over there. So.
Yeah.
And one other thing. Yeah, they also with American Legion. They also play bingo down there on every Tuesday night at 7:15 p.m. And the bar is now open on Friday nights at the American Legion. So if you decide to stop over there, please drink responsibly. And that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Giblin?
I have no report.
Thank you. I don't have any visual that I can hold up to the way the 3 councilmen here. If you don't mind, I'd like to bring a great big picture of myself that's been enhanced, so I look a little bit better than I really do, and I can hold that up.
No baby pictures?
Baby pictures, that'd be nice.
There you go.
No, I'm not going to bring any baby pictures in because the baby presently has more hair than I have, and he's 6 years old, so I'm not going to embarrass myself with that. As Mr. Castiglia has indicated, we have finished our road program. What we're doing for next year is we're applying for a state grant to finish Molnar Drive. We came close to, we're about 3/4 of the way through. We're going to apply for the rest of that, and then whatever money remains, we're putting back on the boulevard because we did take money away from the boulevard to do Molnar Drive that was in worse shape. Now we'll go back to the boulevard and handle that. And we also have some applications ready. If there are any more stimulus programs available, the president is indicating the stimulus didn't work, but maybe he might change his mind and it might work again. So we're going to be ready to do something with that. And the budget process, as Mr. Conboy has indicated, is going to be difficult next year. We're working on that, and with the 2% cap, we'll do the best we can. I have to congratulate the council for this year. We didn't have to lay off anyone, and what was it, Keith? About 14 people left in the last 3 years? 15 people, for whatever reason, left borough employment, and we did not replace them unless the person was absolutely needed, but that's not part of the 15. So we're down to bare bones as much as we can be here, and we'll try to work it out with the various departments and see where we can save money. And one of the items that I was quoted on many, many years ago, and I think it still applies, if they don't have it, they can't spend it. And I think that's what we have to look at for next year's budget here, and other communities are having the same problem. With that said, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. If there's anyone who wishes to speak in the public, please come up to the microphone. Give us your name and address, please.
How you doing? Tom Barillo, 98 Elmwood Drive. Got a question for you, Larry.
No.
You said the parking lot looks great out there. The day after they paved it, it rained. It was loaded with puddles all over the place. I mean, we spent all this money in town. Elmwood Drive and Spidell, like I told the mayor, last month? Same thing. Water's laying all over. Who's inspecting this? Who's designing this? We're paying all this. Why is the water laying there? 3 times Elmwood Drive and Spidell Ave has been done in, 10 years, Mayor?
No.
How many times?
I don't know how many times, but we haven't done them in 10
I
years.
figure about 3 times that I remember. I brought it up to you guys last month. The water's laying there. Same thing with Grant and Summit. The pavement's peeling up from last year. Who's watching all this? We're paying for design and inspection fees to the engineer. What's going on? Does anybody answer that or not?
Yeah, I can answer it. I looked at the parking lot in the back. When there weren't any cars, I found
I
one
remember.
puddle.
I commented to you.
One
You said,
puddle.
oh, well. And you and I were both looking at it. You said, oh, well.
Yeah,
That's what it
there
is.
was one puddle out there, and I think that's not bad, the small puddle in this whole great big
I
parking
think there was a
lot.
few more, one puddle there.
No, I have
mean-
to disagree with you.
It's got all bird bats in there. You can see it.
No, there weren't any birds.
You can see it. You know that. Because you and I were standing right there by the door
Yeah,
looking
there
at
was
it.
one puddle. Now the cars come in, they park there, you don't see any more puddles.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The water's laying there. What's going to happen in the winter
I'm
with
not
the
going to
ice?
argue with you. They pave a whole parking lot, and you have a little bird bath in one area.
Not just one area. It's a bunch of areas.
No,
You got
there
Elmwood
aren't.
Drive and Spidell Ave still.
Next time it rains, we'll go look.
We will.
Okay.
What are you going to do about it? I mean, are we going to do anything about Elmwood Drive and Spidell, Grant and Summit? Anything going to be done, or are you just putting Band-Aids on everything?
We're going to be checking that out again.
Checking it out. It rained the other day. It was sitting there, the water. It took, 2 days to get out of there?
We'll have the engineer look at it.
Yeah, but I understand that. But who's inspecting this while they're doing this work?
Boswell Engineering.
But who's inspecting it?
I don't want
Do
to
they have
give
somebody out there inspecting
Yes.
this?
His personal name, you mean?
No, I didn't see anybody.
Yes, they
I
have
was
some-
working back here. I was here the whole,
They have
morning.
someone out there inspecting it.
What's that?
They have someone out there inspecting, and
They
that's
do?
the pave, yes.
Okay. Let's find out who it is then.
Okay, I know who it is.
Who is it?
I'll let the council know. No, I'm not going to give his name out. Boswell Engineer does it, and they have the name.
I mean, we're spending all this money. We might as well get something done right?
Well, I think it's done right.
Looks pretty good to me.
You know?
We think it's done right.
I think it looks pretty.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
You think it's done right, but you look at it, it's not. And in the winter, you're going to get ice buildup and everything out there. What's going to happen? It's going to start breaking apart. All right? Let's get it done right. I mean, you got to do one street 3 times already in 10 years? Come
We
on.
didn't do one street 3 times in 10 years.
How many times was that done?
I don't have that information for you, but it's absolutely false that we paved one street 3 times.
The intersection of Elmwood Drive and Spidell
Intersection
Ave.
3 times in 10 years.
Okay.
You have to look and see where we're paving at different intersections.
You can see the different intersections.
Yeah.
You can see the different pave marks on it.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
It's good.
Anyone else who wishes to be heard? If not, I'll close the public portion of the meeting. Mr. Giblin, did I ask you if you had anything?
You did, Mayor.
Okay, and you didn't have anything?
I did not.
I didn't hear this.
Huh?
That's the jail calling.
Okay.
Are you out? You going to go back?
Don't answer it.
Actually, We'll close the meeting, and then please take that curtain off that machine because
It'll overheat.
it heats
Oh,
for
yeah, it'll
some
overheat.
reason. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved?
Mr. Boncino and Mr. Conboy, any discussion? Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Carry-